So let's now turn our focus to Delta State, to Ethiopia East local government to be exact. Because a resident there, Aki Efe Vincent, is now alleging that the local government chairman, Augustine Ogedegbe, is threatening his life after he posted videos calling out the bad roads in his community. Let's listen to what he had to say.
The Ethiopia East local government chairman just came to my place to warn my family, warn my wife, my children that I should drop all the video, else he will deal with me. What I did is my legitimate rights.
Let's also just play the first video Efe posted, where he talks about how the roads in a flooded section of Ovu community could be fixed in just 2 or 3 months.
If you take 0.01 out of it, it's enough to tie this road. To whom much is given, much is expected. You can't tell me that I'm insulting a local government chairman when I'm telling him to do what he's supposed to do. The money that he's receiving from the federal government is enough to solve this problem. Must he stay there for 4 years before they can attend to solve problem like this? You are telling me that it's just 1 year in office. So must he spend the 4 years before they can do something like this?
So we haven't yet seen a statement or response from the local government chairman himself, but people have been responding to Efe's videos. They've called him brave. They've thanked him for speaking up. Dr. Abati, I'll start with you. What do you think all of this says about the dynamic between people and the leaders that should be working for them?
Well, the first principle is...
Guys, what is it with the kind of leaders we have today in Nigeria? Somebody will call you out for the things that you're not doing right. Instead of you to take correction, instead of you to even acknowledge what you've done wrong, they will go ahead to start threatening the people that is calling them out for their bad governance. What is Nigeria really turning to? And it became worse under these 2 years of Tinubu's administration. If people talk, they would like to gaslight you. Guys, let us watch the video. What this local government chairman in Delta State is doing to this guy. When we return, we'll continue. Do subscribe to this YouTube channel for more updates. Thank you.
So let's now turn our focus to Delta State, to Ethiopia East local government to be exact. Because a resident there, Aki Efe Vincent, is now alleging that the local government chairman, Augustine Ogedegbe, is threatening his life after he posted videos calling out the bad roads in his community. Let's listen to what he had to say.
The Ethiopia East local government chairman just came to my place to warn my family, warn my wife, my children that I should drop all the video, else he will deal with me. What I did is my legitimate rights.
Let's also just play the first video Efe posted, where he talks about how the roads in a flooded section of Ovu community could be fixed in just 2 or 3 months.
If you take 0.01 out of it, it's enough to tie this road. To whom much is given, much is expected. You can't tell me that I'm insulting a local government chairman when I'm telling him to do what he's supposed to do. The money that he's receiving from the federal government is enough to solve this problem. Must he stay there for 4 years before they can attend to solve problem like this? You are telling me that it's just 1 year in office. So must he spend the 4 years before they can do something like this?
So we haven't yet seen a statement or response from the local government chairman himself, but people have been responding to Efe's videos. They've called him brave. They've thanked him for speaking up. Dr. Abati, I'll start with you. What do you think all of this says about the dynamic between people and the leaders that should be working for them?
Well, the first principle is that leaders, those in government, they are accountable to the people. And the people also have rights under the Constitution, the freedom of expression, Section 39 thereof. And so, when we have citizens taking action, there's also something under the Police Act known as citizen action, which means that a citizen can speak up. However, the problem we have here is that when a citizen speaks up, as this gentleman is doing in this video, as others like him have also done before now, what happens is that they get intimidated, they get harassed. In fact, there is a particular gentleman who criticized a certain state governor. He disappeared. Up to today, nobody has found him. He disappeared without trace. There is the case of an NYSC lady. I think you brought that story. Raye or so, is that the name? That, okay, she criticized the Tinubu government. Now she cannot get her discharge certificate. They tell her, go and come. You didn't do biometric verification. And the girl says she's always made herself available for biometric verification. For us to have a good society where the common good prevails, it must be possible for citizens, whatever may be their station, to be able to express themselves without being discriminated against. After all, Section 42 of the 1999 Constitution forbids discrimination. You cannot be discriminated against on the basis of expressing your views. And this gentleman is saying the local government chairman is threatening his family and threatening him too. No. What is the name of that local government chairman? I think we should call him out properly. Austin Ogedegbe, that's the correct pronunciation. Whatever local government it is, he has no right to threaten or harass anybody. And if he has anything to say in his own defense, to deny, he also has every right to say so. But we just say that this should not be a pattern where people express themselves, they ask questions, they hold people in positions of authority accountable, and what they get is harassment. So, Chairman Austin Ogedegbe, please, somebody has called you out, one of your constituents, you have the right to defend yourself, and we would like to hear from you.
Absolutely. Bye.
Very quickly, the local government is supposed to be the tier of government that's closest to the people. This is the place you're supposed to be able to go to express yourself, and this is a place that's also supposed to directly address people at the grass. That's why we call it the grassroots tier. Now, if at that tier you are just doing local government, you have not risen to the next tier. You're not yet in the State House of Assembly. You're not yet in the House of Reps or the National Assembly. You're not a governor. You're not in federal. If you haven't risen up the ladder, the hierarchy of governance, and at this level, you cannot tolerate feedback, that is a problem. That's a sign of a deeper issue. I hope the gentleman involved does have some sort of evidence that can corroborate the fact that he was threatened, because that's also important for us to be able to stand by that. However, the fact that at the tier of government that's supposed to be relating with people on a daily basis, there's already big manism. This big manism continues to creep up. Earlier today, I broke down just some of the things that we're failing at, that if we correct them, so life would be a lot smoother. One of them is elite impunity. Local government is elite in its own context, and you're already oppressing the people beneath you. Just one layer between you and the people. That's very unfortunate. The grievance is genuine. If it can't be addressed immediately, if there are no funds or whatever it is, address it in a humane way. There's no need to threaten. There's no need to resort to intimidating people who are clearly frustrated. Right now, we're living in a pressure cooker. It's tough. We all have, whether it be from electricity to school fees to whatever, people are dealing with a lot right now. So the very least our leaders can do is just show a little bit of compassion.
Absolutely. Right.
So, like I said before, see, all of this is a cultural problem. We just have that culture of impunity. Is it not in this country, Dr. Bati, you and I, somebody was caught on camera committing a crime. When people say it, you know what the person said? He sent his lawyers to write people that might say it on air that he was committing a crime, that they've not been convicted, that they should cease and desist. Person is a top politician. Till today, nothing has happened to him. In fact, let me even say, it was in this country, Dr. Abati, you and I, somebody of blessed memories, because you criticized him in a column, started fighting you. You remember.
People are always fighting.
I'm used to it. See, we remember. No, this person particularly. We don't want to, because he's passed now. But you and I know that person. But these are the same people that say, oh, criticize me, bring it. But they can't take the criticism. You know why they can't take the criticism? Because they think they are God. An average Nigerian leader, once he gets to the point of leadership, thinks he's God. That's why he can't take the criticism. So for him, he likes people that will pamper his ego. He likes people that will say he's the best thing ever, because he assumes the position of God. So when you criticize, it is an aberration to them. And you know, because we also have a society, because of poor economy and all of that, a lot of people have known this. So they are so quick to be a bandwagon, to be praising them. So when you stand the point and you criticize them, you become an aberration. So I'm sure probably, I don't know what transpired, and the local commissioner have the right of reply. I'm sure probably, as in the case that happens in all Nigeria's case, what will happen is that they will look and say, who is this idiot that has the temerity to go and say, I didn't do the road? Must be an idiot. Because he forgets that he is there to serve the people. But what do you expect? In a country where people will give people guns to kill people because they want to serve the same people they are killing, and they tell you service. So it's a contract, it's a misalignment. But we must constantly call them out and tell them the way it is.
Guys, I said it that in Nigeria, our leaders are acting like bullies. Just like Rufai Hussaini said, these people are acting as if they are God. Once they are elected into office, their attitude, their character will change. And this is people who will come out to canvass for votes from the people that they are now threatening. What will it take that local government chairman to repair that road? What will it take him to reconstruct that road? What will it take him to patch that road? Of course, when their father is a corrupt man, what do you expect? You heard what Dr. Abati said, that one person have actually called out a governor till today. That man has gone missing and the case have died. That is the country we are in. So they want you to be romancing their ego. They want you to be chanting praise and shouting on your mandate we shall stand, whether they are doing the right thing or the bad thing. May God help us in this country. Like I said, anytime anybody walks up to you and said, may Nigeria not happen to you, my sister, my brother, shake that person and thank that person, because that person is actually praying a good prayers for you. I know that God Almighty will not forsake over 250 million Nigerians. But Nigeria will surely be better. As they call them giants of Africa, one day in this life they will represent as truly giant of Africa they are. And corruption will be a thing of past in this country. We will act like that prince of Dubai. We will act like Singapore, will be say, even if say that your papa commit that crime, you will jail that person. That Nigeria is possible and it will happen. Guys, I will see you in my next video. Please like this video, comment and share, turn on the post notification so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and have dominion. Bye bye.